Alright, so it's been a couple days since I last uploaded on this channel. For those that don't know, my pedals broke. So obviously in my videos I use a sim racing setup, wheels and pedals and stuff. Well, for some reason I woke up a couple days ago to record a video and my pedals just weren't working. So, you know, rather than just being completely absent for this channel, I thought I'd do something a little bit interesting, and it's what the title says. I'm going to be playing F1 24 on controller for the very first time. Now, all I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to go to, let's do Texas. Yeah, okay. We're just going to do a normal Grand Prix weekend. We'll turn equal performance on, and basically I'm just going to drive around on a controller, give some comments on, you know, how different it feels. I can't really compare pace because obviously I can't use my pedals, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. This is just basically a little filler video. And here we are in the garage, so I'm just gonna muck about for a couple laps, try and get used to it, and see how this goes. I'm expecting to be, you know, at the back of the pack, really slow, and I actually wonder how often will I crash. And here we go, my first ever time using controller on this video game. In fact, I didn't even use controller at all on the last F1 game, so it's going to be very interesting. The last time I used a controller on an F1 game, it would have been 2019, and the early, you know, maybe like first few months of F1 2021. So this whole new handling for the last couple of years, I, you know nothing about. I have no experience on a controller. Now, I've heard a lot of content creators say that, like, on a controller, you're at a massive disadvantage to the wheel, regardless of how quick you are. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea. Someone would have to let me know in the comments, but yeah, apparently that's a thing, so I'm going to be slow, no matter how quick I can get, but, you know, my target is to just try and be consistent, get used to how it feels, and maybe go, like, get a points finish in a Grand Prix. I'm not too sure. I will say it is probably a bit obvious, but it's very sensitive, as in, like, I turn my stick the smallest amount and the car, like, turns quite a lot. Getting on throttle nice and early at least. This ain't bad. Right, let's go for a little quali lap. Let's turn the hot lap ERS on and see what we can do. I'm hesitant and I'm scared, but let's do it. And here we go, across the line to begin my first quali hot lap on F1 24 using a controller. Let's send it into turn 1. Braking nice and late, bit too late, but, you know, whatever. Didn't actually lose the rear, making our way through turn 2. Now we have the flat out section, modelled after Maggots and Beckett's. 3 flat out, I think we can we can do that flat as well, apparently. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? No, we're cooking. Yep, okay, and then over the bump, on throttle, okay, not bad sector 1, a 34 something. Hang on a minute here. Into the next heavy braking zone, swing her in like I'm silly. Nice, on throttle. Okay, I think I can get on throttle a lot earlier, but, you know, it's my first lap, calm down. DRS now enabled, drain that ERS tank, come on. This is going quite well so far. Into the next braking zone, nice and early, because you can actually go over that curb. Little bit of, like, you know, oversteer, but that's fine. It's all under control. I imagine that corrections are going to be a lot harder on a wheel. Sorry, it's a controller, because, you know, you're not turning a wheel, you're moving a stick. A 36.5 from Tsunoda, and then a 35.8 by Lando Norris are the fastest lap times we have. Let's see what I can do. I'm playing on 90 difficulty, by the way. For reference, I play on about 107 on a wheel. Out the final corner, it's not a bad exit, it's actually quite a decent lap, and we are going to do a 34.8 and put it P1 in this one and only practice session. Look at me go. My first lap on a controller, and honestly, I don't really see where I'm going to improve. I think the only places I can is getting on throttle a little bit earlier, and also just keeping it clean. You know, like, through this part of the track, I was missing apexes, braking too late and things like that. Like, if I just do this, keep it nice and clean through here, I imagine we can find just a little bit of time, but you know what? I've only done 1 lap. I think we're ready for quali. Let's go. And here we are for a cheeky little one-shot quali, and I'm actually very confident I can go and get pole position. Yeah, let's not have 18 laps of fuel, tar very much. Let's have it! Pole position, here we come! And here we go! A Bosch, let's have it! I'm not going to use as much ERS going up to turn 1, I do need to brake a little bit earlier. That's probably a bit too early, but I'd rather go too early than too late. Out of the first corner, it's not a bad exit. Use a bit of overtake, as my exit, you know, could have been a little bit better. Now, this is the section I struggled. I think I'm going to struggle in high speed in general. It's not that bad, though. Losing the rear a little bit, slightly lifting. You can feel the lack of fuel as I am swinging my way through this first sector. A little bit wide through there, over the curves. That's going to hinder me a lot through there, but that's all right. It's not a bad sector time, I don't think. Right, next braking zone. Let's get in there. Go on, son. Get that in there. Nice one. Get on throttle. Go, go, go. Nice. Lovely exit. Lovely exit. Better than on my wheel pedals. Next braking zone. I've gone a lot later this time because you can do that. On throttle. Nice and early. This is a wonderful lap so far. A little bit wide through there, but it's okay. As long as we're getting on throttle earlier than I was in practice, it's all good. Oh, no. I've got a bit wide, though. Oh, but I'm on throttle very early. That is gorgeous stuff. Come on, car. We can do this thing. Into the final two corners, I got a little bit too early through there, but it's fine. Now braking to the outside, hit the apex, good exit. That's a fantastic lap. It's a 32.9. It's a pole position in Texas. Get in there. That was actually a very good lap. That was 2 seconds quicker than my lap in practice. Holy moly, I know having like no fuel is obviously going to help with that, but my goodness, 1.3 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen, a 1:33 dead or a 32.9, whatever you want to call it. Let's take a look at the sector times. It's going to be a 25.4, Verstappen a 25.6, so that's 2 tenths through sector 1, 6 tenths in sector 2, and 4 tenths in sector 3. What a time to be alive. Let's get into the Grand Prix and win my very first race on the pad. Come on! I've realised I'm probably way too enthusiastic about getting pole by 1.3 seconds, do you know what I mean? And here we go, it's now Grand Prix Sunday, where I'm looking to achieve my first Grand Prix win in my first race on the gamepad. Now, just for, you know, reasons, I have upped the difficulty by, you know, an exponential amount, so this shouldn't be a walk in the park like Quali was. The strategy is going to be very basic. It's a soft medium 14-lapper with low fuel, high downforce, and massive bollocks. Let's go and win this shit. I didn't even consider the fact I have to do a Grand Prix start. Let's get to the optimal RPM. And we're off for my first race on the pad. Let's go. It's actually a wonderful start. Way better than the fucking wheel. Lando Norris trying to go for a move around the outside. I'm going to cover him off. We go through turn 1 in the lead, and we are away. Lovely stuff by Pet Shrinker, a.k.a. Charles Leclerc, a.k.a. Foot Crim. And now we make our way through Sector 1. Got to be a little bit more careful. The car does like to slide through here quite a lot, but we're doing fine. Just got to keep it clean and go from there. Right, let's see Lando Norris' straight line speed. I fear it's going to be mighty. And I'm just absolutely in the mud. Let's find out. He is getting close. He's using that ERS tank. I'm going to have to use a lot of might in this situation. We are going to go wheel to wheel to the next sector. Go on. I've braked way earlier. But it's fine. I'm through. Missed the corner a little bit. That is track limits, but I don't care. And out the final corner to begin lap 2. And I've officially led my first ever lap on the pad with the fastest lap as well, a 35 dead. Come on the boys. Oh yes, I've got turn 1 braking down. Whoa, big slide. I'm surprised I actually haven't spun or crashed yet, like genuinely. I haven't got much ERS though to play with, I'm not going to lie to you. As you can see, I've only got 40%. Now, Lando Norris is going to have DRS, but he is very far back. I feel like I'm only going to have to use a very limited amount of ERS to actually keep him behind. Let's see, I might not have to actually use any. He's going to get close, but it's nowhere near enough for a move. That's really good. Fantastic news. And there's lap 2. It's not a fastest... Wait, what? What happened in Sector 3? How did I lose, like, more than half a second in Sector 3? Something's gone wrong through there, but it's okay. We move. back through turn 1, 0.6 of a gap back to Lando Norris. Remember, this is on equal performance, so as you can see in the bottom left of your screen, all of the cars are very much still in this. And yes, even Logan Sargent. Lando Norris actually a couple attempts closer on this lap than the previous lap. I still don't think, unless he goes into my slipstream, that the DRS is going to be enough for him. Let's see. He's coming into my slipstream now. He's getting close. It ain't close enough, though. And once again, I hold on to the lead. Here comes Lando Norris. He's a lot closer this time. He's using the slipstream, and even with my overtake, I just can't get by him. But don't worry, I've got the inside line. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. That was scary. That's as close as he's got so far. He was actually ahead. Luckily for me, though, the AI don't really fight very hard. Holy moly, I was 2 seconds slower than my best lap so far. What I find really funny is that in this race, my lap times have gotten worse every single lap. And I don't understand how that's that might contribute as to why. My tyres are shot to pieces. Alright, here comes Lando Norris again. Half a second away from me. He's going to start using my slipstream. I can only make a couple of moves. I'm going to do my final one now. Here he comes. I don't have much overtake to use. I'm going to do the exact same thing again. I'm going to send it up the inside of Norris as late as I conceivably can on the brakes. He does the switcheroo though, but I have the inside line. I'm going to push him off a little bit. There's contact. There's oversteer. It's all going mad. I've gone off the track a little bit, but I have managed to keep P1. That was very, very dodgy. I don't think the FIA are going to enjoy that one very much. I'm starting to slide around everywhere. I need to come into the pits very, very soon, and luckily I am going in on the very next lap, but I don't know if I can even hold back Lando Norris on this next lap. Down that straight, he is going to be mighty. I'm actually going to lower my front wing by a couple of ticks, just so I have a couple more miles per hour straight line speed. And we'll go from there into turn 1. Lando Norris right up my arse. Right, here we go. The final DRS straight before I go into the pits. Lando Norris is getting close. I'm going to use my overtake a bit early because I've got quite a lot of it. Here he comes. Here comes Lando. He's going to move to the outside. I have the inside line. Braking late once again. Not as late as the last lap. So I am able to keep it under control. And we do remain in P1. Probably until I go into the pits, unless I spin here, which of course I'm not going to, because I'm the absolute governor. Right, round the penultimate corner, got a bit off a little bit, I forgot to brake, and into the pits we must go, E-I-E-I-E-I-O, for my first ever pit stop on F1 24 on the gamepad. Now this should be quite easy. Bosh, there it is. 2.4 seconds stop, that should get me back out ahead of Lando. Oh no, the Alpine's blocked me a little bit, hang on. No, that's worked in my favour massively. Look how much Lando Norris has been held up. He's actually been overtaken by Max Verstappen in the pit lane. Oh my goodness. Get that pit limiter off, and now I actually have a little bit of a gap going on. Into turn 1. On the fresh mediums. Come on. 1.6 seconds. Oh, hell yes. Alright, here's Oscar Piastri. He came in a lap after me. He's actually going to get a pretty decent overcut on the rest of the field. He's going to come out ahead of his teammate. Wow, look at that strategy from McLaren. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen, being himself really, is being the clutch factor in this race and is causing some serious problems for me. The gap on the previous lap was 1.7 seconds. He's now got that down to almost under a second. Oh no. And Verstappen is going to have DRS. Poo. But I've survived! Oh yes! What a sight to be alive. Well, I've done something different on this lap. I'm not entirely sure what, but I've managed to set the fastest Sector 1 of anybody. And I don't know what I've done different, but there's obviously something. And that is actually massive. I don't even know if Verstappen got DRS. Let's have a look. Did he? I think he did, yeah. But, you know, he's 1 second back. I'm chilling. Right, am I finally cooking, or am I going to bot a little in the third sector again? Let's have a look. Round the final corner, it's a little bit wide. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 34.9. And I've actually managed to take the fastest lap, but Max Verstappen instantly takes it off me by half a tenth. This is going to be a very close battle until the end. We are now in the final 5 laps of this race. Oh, I've had a massive moment coming out of that corner. The gap is going to be 0.6. As we approach the braking zone, this is not looking good for me. I'm going to need a good exit and then instantly get to the left of the track. Go, 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 get over here. Oh, I'm so finished. Luckily for me, though, I have 60% ERS to use. I can only make one more move. I'm going to make it now. Get to the inside. Here comes Max Verstappen. He's going up the inside. I have the inside line. I'm going to push him off a little bit. And I am going to keep that place in P1. Come on. Car is becoming very unstable now, having the biggest skids I've had all race. I really need to oh, Jesus wept! I had to sneeze mid-bloody lap. Horrible situation to be in, really. Max Verstappen right behind me now. Oh, no. I feel the inevitable. Now, I'm going to try a very odd tactic here that I might, you know, hate myself for in about a minute's time, but I'm going to turn off my ERS for this first sector so that I actually save some, because Verstappen can't get by, and then I'm going to turn it back on in a couple corners time, just so I've got a lot more ERS to use down that straight. Let's turn it back on now. Oh, very wide. 0.4 now, but I should get a decent exit and gain a tenth or two. Alright, update, I've actually gained no time at all. I'm going to go all the way over here, where Verstappen can't slipstream me. He's coming back into it now. He's going to go to the inside, but it ain't going to matter, because once again, I have that inside line, and that's going to have to be the tactic until the end, I reckon. Car is starting to behave like a chihuahua, so I can't try, you know, leave the DRS of Verstappen. That isn't going to happen. He's going to be right behind me until the very end. Alright, 3 laps remaining. Here we go. Can I win my first race? In my first race on the pad? That made no sense. I'm trying to say, can I win my first race on a pad on my debut race, is what I'm trying to say. Oh no, I've had that massive moment again. It's that corner. Every single time I keep getting these massive oversteer moments. Oh, this is looking even worse than before. I can't get a good exit because my tyres are ruined. I just need to do that same thing. I think if you go so far to the left, the AI don't actually go in your slipstream, as you can see. So if I just do this and then sort of come back in, yeah, that's worked out brilliantly. That is the method. Is it cringe and cheesy? Absolutely. Do I care? No. Right, penultimate lap. Let's have it. Let's win this thing. I'm feeling more confident. I just need to not have that oversteer moment in whatever corner number that is, because I've had it like 3 laps in a row now. And if I don't have that moment, Verstappen won't be as close to me. Right, here we go. Can I not have that moment again? Please? Yeah, lovely stuff. That's what you're looking for. It hasn't really made much of a difference in terms of the gap to Verstappen, but, you know, at least it looks a bit cleaner on the replay for the cameras. Once again, I'm going all the way to the left, and I'm going to start using my ERS deploy. Verstappen's going to get closer. He's getting very close. He's actually going to get ahead, but I am going to go for a dive bomb. I'm going to send it like I'm silly. Daniel Ricciardo in the prime. And that's a lovely position regain by Futterman Scrimmagers III, aka me. And here we go. Final lap of this race. Let's do this thing. Come on, car. I believe in you. We are 1.5 seconds off the best laps. Actually, no. Yeah, no, we are. But I don't care. The car is very slidey, very difficult to drive, especially on a controller. Like, this is very stressful. My first, like, imagine, like, the situation. First time on controller, I'm having to drive around a pretty difficult track on tyres that are sliding around a lot with none other than Max bloody Verstappen up my ass trying to get by, and will get by at any little mistake. I've had an extraordinary Sector 1 though. I'm going to brake a little bit earlier and swing her into the apex and try and get that exit. That's a gorgeous exit. Get to the left side of the track, get that overtake open. Now, I didn't actually turn my ERS off during the first sector, so I'm going to have not a lot of ERS to use. In fact, it's barely nothing. Here comes Verstappen. I mean, is it going to be enough? He can't even get close to go for a move. No way! Down the inside I go! Verstappen's still behind, there's cars behind having a scrap, that's sort of irrelevant. I'm a bit busy at the moment. Cars sliding around everywhere, controlling it nicely though. Into the final couple of corners. This is surely got to be a win, unless I lose it. Turn the hot lap ERS on, because why not? I've got some to spare. And here we go. Final 2 corners of this race. My first ever time using controller on this game and the last game on 103 difficulty. I have come across the line and only gone and won the bloody thing. Come on. Let's go. I did not think I was going to get anywhere close to winning, especially upping the difficulty by 13. But my goodness, I've only gone and done it. Bloody hell, would you look at that? Unfortunately, I did miss out on a 26-pointer. I missed out on the fastest lap by just 49 milliseconds. I was going to say 59. It's 49 milliseconds. But, you know, I'm well happy with that. That was actually a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than I thought. Like I said, this video was just a little filler until I get some new pedals and I can actually start recording proper videos again. And honestly, a 35-minute recording, that's almost the same amount of time as one of my normal videos. I only did a one-shot quali and a 25% race. My goodness. Anyway, that's going to be all from me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, all that normal bollocks. Follow me over on Kick or Twitch. I'm starting to stream on there, you know, a couple of hours every single day, just playing a load of variety of games. And we'll go from there. So yeah, just watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!